Back again. Different spot today on the rooftop at the gym. This is where I started making YouTube videos like a year ago, and we're back again. The wind might fuck us because it is pretty windy here, but sure we can edit it out. But as a whole, the main focus of the video, I wanted it to be about pattern recognition and about how I deem life to be a series of patterns. The good ones and the not so good ones, as long as you notice them and you take them on board and you either make them count or remove them from your life, it's how you win in life. So for me, like, just the easy one was drinking. So I noticed that the pattern was I'd end up in these bad scenarios where there's bad shit going on. You know, there's fucking police involved, there's fucking physical abuse involved, there's like loads of shit that I don't want to be a part of. And then when I look at it, I'm like, okay, cool. So the pattern is either I'm in all of these scenarios, whether I want to be or not, whether I'm the instigator or not, I'm still in them, still part of the scenario. And I don't want to be part of that sort of shit because that's like a one-way ticket to not getting anywhere in life. So for me, the pattern in that was, obviously I was the common denominator. But when I look at myself, I'm like, what decisions did I make that led me to get here? And the pattern was always drinking, because I know what I'm like when I drink. I like to down shit. I like to drink a lot. I like to make it a competition. I get like a high level of energy once I'm drinking. It gets to a certain point where maybe I'll slow down and fall asleep, but as a whole, most of the time I'm high energy, erratic, annoying, and just fucking all over the place. Not in a bad way, more in a fun rascal way, but you know, rascal's just is a one-way street to fucking getting into some dumb shit. So that was the first pattern sort of recognition for me, that consuming alcohol was leading me into these bad scenarios and not getting me to where I want to be, or even close to where I want to be. The next pattern was also around drinking, but what I noticed is then when I set myself a financial goal before I moved country most of the time, what I found was when I did that, I would quit drinking purely for the profit, purely to hustle, make more money, have more time available to me so that, you know, I could move abroad and have nest egg with me. So that was the thing. Quit drinking, save 10 grand. Well, a couple months as well, like a quick time. Next one, quit drinking, save 15 grand. There is a pattern here. As soon as I quit drinking, I actually commit to what I want, and then the money comes. And then that's why my goal currently is 1 million followers online or £1 million in revenue in a year, because that is the pattern. That's why I've stopped drinking. I'm almost at 1,000 days no alcohol. So for me, it's like quit drinking, set financial goals, reach them. But I don't necessarily plan on going back to alcohol like I did in the other patterns, but at least I'm following that, and it's a much longer pattern than the others. The other pattern is the less I gym, the more I'm in here. So this is something that I'm still working on. You know, I've been going to the gym for like 12 years on and off, probably like 6 years in total, but I noticed that when I don't go to the gym, I do get loads of work done, but I'm in here more, and I'm more likely to burn out, and I'm more likely just to not get shit done, and I don't feel as great about how my physique looks, and I'm outside less, and I'm not up as early. So I know that for me, the gym is, the pattern of that is, if I have time off of the gym, it's like I need to be very conscious about how long I take off the gym and whether or not I just get in. Like today I've come in, I did a little bit of shoulders, a little bit of arms, and a little bit of legs, like a little bit of chest. So like I'm doing little bits. I'm not trying to fucking break records. I'm not trying to outlift anyone. I'm literally just coming in for a pump, just to clear my mind, to get the blood pumping and to make me feel alive, because of the burnout currently, I don't want to overdo it. So yeah, that's like the pattern with the gym, is that basically training the body heals the mind. Another pattern that I've noticed personally is, and I put it on my story the other day, but I've moved countries, I've changed countries, like in total it was like 17 or 18 different times. And they're not always different countries. Some of them are going back to Greece, going back to France, going back to Bali, going back to Mexico. There's a lot of commonalities in the countries that I go to. Whenever I go somewhere, I'm constantly changing who I am and who I want to be. So the pattern for me is the more I move around, and this is kind of contradictory because I've been in Bali for almost 2 years now, but the more I move around, the more I grow. The more I grow, the more I experience new things, the more I develop, the more new people I meet, the better, like the more fun I have. So this is where I'm at the moment, is I'm noticing that pattern when I write it down, because I'm in the process of just like trying to write a book at the same time, which I should put on the back burner until I'm crushing it. But I just want to add a few minutes of my brain every now and then just to keep it topped up into the book. So now I've noticed that when I do that, like after a while, I need to get out. Like right now I'm thinking maybe I go to Raja Ampat or Komodo or Thailand. I'm going to go back to the UK probably in September, then maybe go to Mexico in October, then Colombia, because I just need to move around more, because the more I move around, one, the less stuff I have with me. I don't need all the shit I have. Like Fred and I were talking the other day, like we wear like 20% of our clothes. Like you really don't need that much. And for me, I know I like looking good and I like dressing up, but like this isn't really, it's not my primary focus. My primary focus is be in new places, meet new people, and have more fun and live more of the life that I want to live, which is more exploratory, let's say. I don't even know if that's a word. So yeah, that's another pattern that I've noticed. For me, another pattern is when I'm making good money. My previous pattern was I'd spend good money on materialistic things. And I'm not going to say that you can just always change that, because, you know, what's the point of making money if you don't spend it? But what I'm now focusing on is I only spend really on the essentials, obviously, food, shelter, gym, you know, ciggies. But the main thing is I'm investing everything back into the business, because the pattern before is I spend all my money on tattoos, or I spend all my money on clothes or jewelry or watches and all this shit. Like they weren't even that expensive, but like they just add up when you start buying lots of stuff. So for me, the pattern there was, instead of, and this is where I'm trying to break patterns as well, is instead of investing into stuff that is like flash in the pan that I might not even wear, the amount of clothes I've thrown out recently that I didn't even wear is stupid. So now it's like I just buy what I need. So for example, I just spent another 2.5 grand on paying off my building out all of my CRMs, all of my systems, my email marketing, my SMS marketing, my calendar booking system, because at the moment it's still very rudimentary. It's Calendly booking link, chat to the team, whereas I want it to be a fully automated, processed like system, but because you fall to the level of your systems, that's what I believe. And at the moment the systems are sound, they're still very basic, very rudimentary, and I'd like to offload that. And this is another thing that I've noticed is, for me, another pattern, just to go back to the investing thing, I invest in either experiences or something for the business. Obviously there's a few cameras thrown in the way, but I consider that business expenses anyway. So cameras, experiences, or business. The next thing is focus mainly on delegation. I've noticed like before I would just do everything myself. I would just do it, hustle it, get it done, burn out. And I'm like, cool. Now I see other people do it. I see other business owners do it. I see fucking other business owners do it all the time. They just manhandle everything. They never want any help. They never want to train. I think the issue with that is like you see people not putting in the same level of care and effort that you do, but they will never will. Like they'll never care as much as you do. So with my team at the moment, I'm like, what can I do to help you care more? Because I don't give a fuck how much you get paid. I don't give a fuck how much you make. I don't give a fuck about that. I care about how much you care. And if you care anywhere close to as much as I do, let's fucking reward that, because that's what's going to help grow. That's what's going to help keep people accountable. It's what's going to help people actually want to work and want to, like, you know, do the job that I pay them for. So the care is a big piece for me. So delegation in that part is like, I'm going to end up offloading the editing for the long form YouTube videos like this, because I can do it, but to go cut burns me out. It's a $5 an hour task. So that needs to get offloaded. The other things are like the sales team, offload that. The build out of the back end, offload that. The content, I really like doing content and I want that to be my primary focus in coaching, but also I want to bring in more coaches. I'm an expert in a few things, but there's other people that are fucking very good at what they do, whether it's more mindfulness stuff, whether it's more lifestyle stuff, whether it's more mindset, whether it's other types of sales training. So I'm not the only person who can teach people how to sell. So I would like to offload some of the coaching calls so that I have all of my time back, and then I can really like be out of the business. I still want to be in it. I still want to take calls. I still want to do coaching. I still want to make content. I still want to do the basics and build more courses. But what I want to do is have the time so I can be like, cool, what do the cowboys actually want? What do the cowgirls want? How can I best serve them? How can I best get them closer to their goal? How can I give them more of my knowledge and more of my energy and more of my time, more of my attention without me burning out? So how can I pump more value in without me frying myself? Because yesterday I basically had not a burnout day, but I spent most of the day at home. And that's been a few months since I've done that. But I needed it because I've been doing YouTube every day for like a couple of weeks. And I was like, fuck that, plus all the content. So for me, that's another pattern, is when I get excited and when I feel good, I overwork. And what happens with when I'm overworking is I end up burning out. And then that puts me on the back foot. So I now know the signs are when my head inflames, when I feel a bit stressed, when I'm in my head a lot, go get a massage, go to a recovery center, go to a light gym session, get out, but also eat loads of food, drink loads of drinks, like a lot of, I find a lot of sugar, a lot of salt, a lot of anything to give me energy, just to keep me back in business. So yeah, these are all of my sort of flaws that I've noticed and the patterns that I currently have and have broken. But that's why I say that life is a series of patterns. It's like, identify what your patterns are, good and the bad, and then lean into them. If they're bad, stop them, nip it in the bud. If you don't know where that problem starts, look further back. They say problem isn't going to the pub and getting on the bag. The problem is choosing to go to the pub in the first place. It's like, cut that out of your life and you get rid of all the bullshit on the back end. Everything is front end decisions affects the back end, I find. So for me, yeah, that's all I can say is like, address what you're doing and then look on the timeline of what happens to it. It's like, oh, I hate ended up in a kitchen at 7 a.m. It's like, that isn't your issue. Your issue is the decision beforehand to even go out, to hang around with those people and to fucking pick up and have too many beers on a Friday night. That's probably down, if you go even further back, to a lack of purpose, a lack of drive, a lack of desire, a lack of joy in your life. So for me, yeah, that's why I say life is about patterns. And for me, I feel like I'm very good at noticing which patterns serve me and which ones don't. The ones that serve me, you troubleshoot, you get rid of, you fucking offload. And the ones that do serve you, you double down and you get help with and you fucking help other people to do the same. So yeah, really that's just a little bit of a rant and story about me and my patterns and my life. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Back where we started. If you want to subscribe, that'd be fab. If not, thanks for watching. And if you want to get into remote sales, start living life in Bali, in South America, or wherever you want, like, do it. And sorry, the phone keeps on falling over because I've just got it against my water bottle. But if you want to start like learning how to close properly, learning how to get roles, learning how to set, learning how to do all of this stuff, then let me know. Join the emails, follow me on Insta, drop me a DM, do your thing. Bye for now. Love you, miss you, kiss you. Let's go.